realize there was so much stuff left after the war.
Restraint wasn't very popular in the Shatari army, especially with Thanos in charge.
Yeah, it's probably all harmless now. I mean, Nova Corps had 12 years to get rid of the heavy-duty explosives, right?
That's why I like you, Quill. You're so pure. Oh, the wonderful and terrible things I could do with all this tech.
Stay focused, Rodent. We do not come here to scavenge.
Why not? The Milano's weapon systems could use an overhaul. Plus, there's good money in it.
The piece that we seek is far more valuable to the Monster Queen of Seknarf 9 than any illegally acquired salvage.
Whoa! Place is really shifty.
I'm not seeing a monster, but that big cylinder up ahead looks like the mining ship Peter's friend said to look for.
Friend.
For a night? And you'll see the monster as soon as we place Rocket's monster summoning thingies.
Flark, yeah. Groot, Quill, suit up. Team Rocket's up first.
I still do not understand why I must remain on board with the assassin.
Oh, because you're part of Green Team.
You assigned me to the team before you named it, and my skin is not green. It's teal.
Teal? Listen, if we want to trick the monster into going inside that mining rig, we need to place thumpers on both sides. 2 sides, 2 teams.
And 2 clips at the drop site. Ground's too unstable to land the ship, so you'll need to jump.
That's our cue. Let's go, Groot.
Don't worry! Once the thumpers are placed, we'll meet in the middle, and we'll capture the monster. Together.
Very well.
Thumper 1, done.
Meet you at the rendezvous point.
Mora, take care of my baby.
It's a ship, Peter, not a child. Everything okay over there?
Quill nearly got himself eaten by a blob or something. Should've heard him squeak.
Man, that thing is ridiculous. Think it was a ship or a robot?
That's a Kree Sentry, a robot, but it would have been space-worthy. That ain't even the biggest one. They designed at least 5 experimental models twice that size.
Impressive, but I can fly circles around something that big. Give me a fast and sexy M-class scout over those things any day.
I do appreciate that sweet Ravager pirate tech. She's made for hit and runs. And boy, can she run.
She can hit too.
There's always room for more firepower, Quill. That Sentry probably took on whole fleets. This old Kree tech gets me wondering, where would I be now if those blue buttscots managed to keep me locked into their half-built experiments? Yeah, chances are you'd be climbing over bits of me right now.
Groot, need you to shoot a bridge right into that eye socket.
Now, I want to see you do that to something in combat. Wait, is that... Yes! I'm about to win this bet, Quill!
Here goes nothing. We're inside a giant robot head.
And I got robot parts inside my head!
That robot inside her head. Inside it.
Hey, Groot, what do you think I should do when I win this bet? I mean with the units he'll owe me once I win.
Well, I know what I'll be doing with my winnings. I'm saving up for our next stop on Contraxia to get one of those Saronian massages.
You're so predictable. You know what, Quill? I think it's unfair. You got 2 guns, I got 1. I think my points should count double from now on.
That's cheating!
All right, Thumper goes there, Quill.
It's not gonna piss off every critter around, right?
Sorry, Quill. Not taking no chances after the last one. I gotta test it real quick.
Not again.
Rocket! I only flipped the switch. Gotta love that kill radius.
Do we really need to test these things?
Yes, we're not taking any chances!
We're just killing party favors.
Wipe them out, Rocket!
Sounds like Rocket's having fun!
Don't feel bad, buddy. They started it.
Darn it! I thought we were safe! Oh, come on! Now we gotta deal with junk slugs?
Don't gawk at it. Shoot it.
Very helpful, thanks!
You're welcome. Now stop distracting me. Ha ha ha! Oh yeah! It is like that time!
How are there this many of them?
Perhaps they serve as nourishment for the monster that we seek.
Ha! Brutify him! Bombs away, Rocket! Popped another one!
We're just killing party favors!
Do we really need to test these things?
Yes, we're not taking any chances!
I knew I was missing all the fun last time!
Hey! I'm happy to At least they make a good splat!
Ugh! Amateur!
Oh yeah! I'm gonna murderize the lot of you!
Just watch where you're...
Absolutely fantastic narrative-driven adventure, so be sure to like the video, subscribing is great as well. So what are we getting here on Xbox Series S? Well, we are getting 1080p, and we are also getting kind of a choice as well. So you, in the video settings, have the option to cap or uncap the frame rate. So if you cap the frame rate, it'll be 30 FPS, but a solid 30 FPS. If you uncap the frame rate, it will be a kind of variable 60 FPS, you know, uncapped. It'll go all over the place. But, you know, kind of worth it to at times have a better frame rate. If you have VRR, which is, you know, variable refresh rate, you will have an even kind of smoother experience, but you'll still have dips and whatnot that are present. There's HDR support as well. So just keep that in mind. Now that is an option that is present if you so choose to do so. And I do think it is kind of beneficial to at times have the 60 FPS going. So there's also photo mode, which is pretty cool. But you go to settings, you go to video, and here you can either cap it when it's turned on, like I mentioned, or uncap it. So there you go. That's kind of cool. And then you jump in and you enjoy 1080 60 FPS. So what is Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy? Well, this is an original story that follows Peter Quill. You play as Star-Lord, and you are joined by the other Guardians. You've got your good pal Rocket Raccoon. You've got Drax the Destroyer. You've got Groot. You've got Gamora. And there's different costumes you can have. So it's actually a fairly lengthy story. It's at least 16 hours, narrative focused. It's just a single player game. You work through it, but it's got an incredible story to it. It's got great sci-fi worlds, it's got neat character interactions, you make choices that will impact your group along the way. And it's just really, really well done. So while the core of it is the Guardians and their relationships, there's a deeper element behind all of this, as you will kind of discover, in regards to, you know, does kind of Star-Lord maybe have a kid? Maybe not. Who's to say? And you're kind of diving into that over the course of the story. That's like a big theme here, is him kind of dealing with this element of that aspect. alongside with also the problems of this kid, this crazy, intense, like, faith-based group that is doing wild things with power. You meet just a huge array of different characters, and don't worry, I haven't spoiled anything. Just kind of telling about the story here. So, you just kind of come in here, and you meet things, meet different characters. There's, like, Cosmo the dog, you know, because it's like a cosmonaut doggo, which is pretty funny. There's, like, a Beastmaster kind of thing. There's just a lot of crazy different characters that you will come across. They make fun of the Avengers. They do all kinds of crazy things. But it's its own sort of universe. It's its own setup. You know, you make these choices. You do these intense action sequences. It might feel a little Tomb Raider-ish at times, I suppose you might say. You know, a lot of it is more action-based. There's a killer soundtrack behind this game. Absolutely killer soundtrack, which is just fantastic. Loved it. So the music's really great. Obviously, we've turned that off for copyright things. And then you can go into these intense sequences when you're doing, like, kind of like a Walkman thing to pump up the team, and your music starts playing, and it's like, you know, you've got, like, Call Me or Blondie, and, you know, all this other kind of crazy stuff that goes, like, Culture Club, and like, there's all kinds of great tracks and musical beats. It's very, very well done in that regard. I absolutely love the audio and the music in this one. You know, it really is hitting the mark pretty well. So, story-wise, again, really liked the characters that are present. I like the crazy moments, and it's a very emotional game. It's emotionally driven. It might seem like a silly kind of action-adventure, but it really does kind of almost elevate gaming a little bit. You know, it's one of those that's trying to, from the narrative perspective of having a lot of emotion to it. You know, between Peter Quill and this possible child of his, maybe not, who's to say? Keeps you guessing the whole way through, that's for sure. Gamora and her issues with Nebula. You've got Rocket and his past issues. You've got Drax and his family. Groot's there. He is Groot. There are other fun character surprises that I haven't mentioned because I don't want to spoil things. They're very cool. And they just have a little wild